Hi everyone, this is Ajay again with another video and happy New Year 2021 to all. And in this video, we're going to look into ESP32, like setting up ESP IDF. So, like ESP32 development board can be used with Arduino IDE, and ESPRESSIF provides an separate IDF, which is called ESP IDF, which can be used to build your code and then flash it to your ESP device. So this is like we are going to go with Windows environment, and we will see how to set up the code, set up IDF, and then build a code and then upload it to the board. So for that, we will have to get into this site, that is docs.espressif.com, and you can see here we have getting started. We have installation steps, that is step by step, and for that you can just drag down and read this part, like installation step by step, and you will need to have a Windows environment. So we are going to look into Windows environment now. Under Windows, you can see we have the installation tool, that is ESPIDF tools installer. So we will need additional packages, which you can see here, that is in step 3, that is compiler and debugger Python packages and so on. So let's see how we are going to install this. So what you'll have to do is just click on this link, and you will have to download the ESP IDF tool installer. That is, you can see here we have this link, and if you click on this link, and it says here the installer includes cross compilers, OpenOCD, CMake, Ninja build tools, and the installer can also download and run installers for Python 3.7 Git for Windows. So if you just download this exe file and run the setup, I'll show you that. Here I have ESP IDF tools set up, and you will have to accept the agreement and then proceed next. And you can see here I have already installed Python version which is here, Anaconda, Python 3.7 and 3.5. You can if you already have Python installed in your Windows PC, you can choose one of that, and here I have just selected this. It's like the default option, and then we go next, and here we have a Git version, that is my Windows has 2.2.0, and if you wish to install Git, you can just select this option, and then next we will have to download this ESP IDF, the latest version. So next is you can select the download ESP IDF, and then click next, and see to that when you do this you are connected to internet. So it's like it takes time to load here. Let me wait. So it's like download ESP IDF. Here it says version 4.1, and here you have the directory, that is choose a directory to download ESP IDF. I'll tell you like you can download anywhere, that's not a problem, and there are like default steps in the website. You can do that also. So next, then you will have to choose the ESPRESSIF, where should you install the tools, like ESPIDF tools, and then you will have to choose the path, that is the default is user as your user folder, and then .espressif, and then you can click next. And if you need the ESPIDF tool command prompt, you can create one, or you can use the default command prompt of Windows, and then you can once everything is selected, you can go for installation process, and I've installed everything. So I'm not going to click on install. You can do this, and then next you can see here it's like under Windows. It says ESP IDF tool installer for Windows introduced in step 1 installs all required tools. If you want to install tools without the help of ESP IDF tool installer, open command prompt and follow these steps. It's like you will have to download this ESP IDF from the repository and then run this install.bat, and you can place this it's like CD user profiles and ESP. It's like under user you will create ESP folder. That's what the path I said, like if you wish to have your path somewhere else, like for keeping the ESP folders, ESP IDF repository folders, you can keep it there, or you can create one in user, that is here, and then in your user folder, you will have a separate user, like mine was Ajay Nirmal, and then you can go in there and you can create a directory, and then you can keep those files. Next is customizing the tools installation path. So for we are going to look into for Windows. So the script introduced to in this step, install compilation tools requires ESPIDF inside the user home directory. So user profile dot ESPRESSIF on window. That's what was the path which we saw just recently when we were running the setup.exe of ESP tool installer. And then for that you will have to set up the environment variable, that is IDF tools path. So next is once everything is ready, like you have downloaded once you install those ESP tools installer and it installs the required Python file, Git, everything, then you get the ESP folder where there you will have to get into the folder and then run the export.bat file. That is under this is under command prompt. You can see it is mentioned here, command prompt or PowerShell method. So we will use command prompt method, and then next is we will have to start a project. That is, you can see this hello world example, everything will be there in ESP IDF folder. I'll show you that, and inside the directory we will have to run certain command. So let's look into that. It's like here under user you have ESPRESSIF, and I have brought in this folder, that is ESP IDF folders here, and you can see here we have export, install.bat, all those files here which we discussed just before. So next is we will have to get into this path and run export.bat file. So what I'm going to do is open command prompt, and then just select this and then see change directory, then control V. So now we have got into the folder, and you can see the list of files inside this, that is we have export.bat, all those files. Now we will have to run this command, that is export.bat. So what I'm going to do is just type export.bat here. So it says adding ESP IDF tools to path. So that's what was explained here. Next, once this is done, we will have to get into the project folder, that is ESP IDF, where we will find this hello world directory. That is here you can see we have examples, and then get started, and then hello world. So here we are already into this folder, so I'm going to select this, copy, then again CD, Control V. Now we are into hello world. The next step which is set here is to connect your device. That is, I have already connected my ESP device. So we will have to check for the COM port. That's like we can get into device manager and check for the COM port of ESP device. So once it is done, let me check my COM port here. So it says COM4. Once I've now it's like I know the COM port name, it's COM4 here, and then next we will have to navigate to hello world directory, and then set ESP chip as the target and run the project configuration utility menu config. So let's see how we are going to do that. So you will have to run this command, that is the idf.py set target ESP32. So I'm going to copy this and let me try if this works. So let's see what's happening here. So we are going to set the target, that is going to be ESP32. Building ESP IDF components for target ESP32. So configuration is done. Now the build files have been written to the directory, and now we are going to run the next command which is shown here, that is idf menu config, where you can do the settings. Like I'll show you. So here you can just navigate using your navigation like configuration, serial flasher configuration, where you can set your frequency 80 megahertz or 40 megahertz whatsoever, like the crystal used here, and then I'm going to leave it by default. It's like if it is 4 MB you can select 4 MB, it's the flash size, and then you can see we have options here to save, that is yes, and then you can return to path, then you can press Q to quit. Now next it says you are using this menu config to set up the specified variable, example Wi-Fi network name and password, and the processor speed. Setting up the project with menu config may be skipped for a hello world, and this example will run with default configuration. It's like when using Arduino IDE, you will be writing a part of code which is SSID and the password. This can be done in menu config itself. That's what is said here. So here we have many options. So it's like you have a toolchain configuration, build type, application manager, bootloader configuration, security features, serial flasher configuration, partition table, compiler options, configuration. You can see here you have mesh support, co-app, driver configurations, everything, and you have Wi-Fi here. So you can set up everything here, like max number of Wi-Fi static, RX buffers, everything can be set here. So this is what is said. So for now, when we are going to run hello world program, we are just going to run as said in this document. So next we are going to run idf.ipy build. So now we are going to build the code. So next step is like flashing the code to the device, flashing hello world program like code to the device. So we have this command, that is idf.py -p port and the baud rate. Port is COM4 here. As said in the device manager, it is COM4 here. So you can see here it's like replace port with ESP32 baud serial name, and then you can connect you can also change the flasher baud rate by replacing baud with baud rate you need. The default baud rate is 4,60,800. So if you want to change the baud rate, we can use this command like -b, and the baud rate can be mentioned here like 1,15,200 or something like 9,600. All those things can be changed here. Or if you just use COM port and flash, it will go to the default baud rate. That's what is said here. So what we are going to do is next, I think still it's running. So once it is done, we will have to this particular hello world code, once uploaded, we will be getting this. So now we have the code built, and now we have to run this command, that is idf.py -p on the COM port and then flash. So I'm going to do that. So it's like idf.py -p COM4 and then flash. Now you can see the code is uploaded to in my ESP32 development board. Next is we have to use this IDF monitor. So let's copy this command here, and then our port here is COM4. So it's and it says hello world, this ESP32 chip with 2 cores, restarting in 10 seconds. So similarly we can upload. So I'm going to about. So with Control C I have uploaded. Now we have another example here, that is getting started. You have blink. Here in blink you will have to like it's going to flash blink the LED on the board. So we will have to change something here, like in this code you can see it, we have a different macro, that is blink underscore GPIO, and here the macro is, now the pin number is 2, so you'll have to make it 2 here, change this to the corresponding GPU. It's like now this LED onboard built-in GPIO LED pin is pin number 2, and if you want to drive this with an external LED, you can use the appropriate GPIO. Change this, and then you can click on save, and then you can go back here, and then again what we will have to do here is we will get into CD blink. I think I have made a mistake. Yeah, get started. Okay, it's in hello world, so I'm going to come out of that folder and then type blink. So now I'm into the blink project, and now I'm going to type idf.py build. So now we are going to use this comport command, that is idf.py -p com4 flash. Now you can see the output here, that is our LED is flashing at the rate of 100 milliseconds. That was what was specified here. You can make it 1000 for 1 second delay. Here we have 100 millisecond delay. That's the reason it's flashing at this frequency. So this is how you will have to upload the code. Like for the Wi-Fi based project, you will have to configure the menu configured in menu config settings. You will have to configure like for Bluetooth settings, also for Wi-Fi settings you can configure, and then use the same commands here. You can repeat the process here again, like how to build the complete project. Just like you can see here, from menu config you will have to repeat everything, and then you can try out codes of ESP32 using ESP IDF, and it's like a specific APIs given by ESPRESSIF. So it's much better than Arduino. For development, for better project, you can go for ESP IDF. So you can try the different examples which is provided in ESP IDF folder. So this is what I wanted to explain in this video. We will meet in another video. Thank you. Thanks a lot.